Hello, and welcome to part 2 of creating your bedroom with SketchUp. So last we left off, we created a pool, a diving board, and stairs going up to our second floor, as well as a railing, and learned about the Follow Me tool. So what we're going to do now is create railing, add some furniture, add some windows, and just fill up our what's now a 2-floor bedroom with some more items. So eventually what you can have is something looking like this. So here we have windows, pool, we've added some more models. And if we zoom in, we also see a pool table, ping pong table, some pictures, furniture. Our models are actually in motion, and bedrooms and some items. So the first thing that we're going to start with is adding a railing to prevent people from falling into the swimming pool. So to start my rail, I'm going to use the line tool. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Use the line tool not on the edge, so a little bit inside. Draw my first railing and find the blue axis. That way I know it's exactly straight. And that looks good. So I'm going to press escape to release the line tool. And now I'm going to select the polygon, not the circle. I'm going to make a polygon shaped rail. So I'm going to zoom in, get to the base, and then draw the width that I want the rail. I'm going to make this rail a little bit bigger, almost 3 inches. That's about good. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything and make it a component. So using the selection tool and holding down the shift key, I'm going to select the inside face plus the outside. I'm going to right click and then make this into a component, and we're going to call this the rail and create. This already exists, I will replace it. So let's just pan over, and I'm just going to orbit up, zoom out a little bit, and we're going to make copies of this rail across the same way that we made it for the stairs. So using the move tool, and my component is already selected, I'm going to hover over my component, the rail, then press the control key, then click my mouse, and that creates a copy. I'm going to want to follow the green line, which lets me know that it's going to be straight and on the same axis as the original rail. So just like that. Without pressing anything else, I'm going to add in more rails in between, evenly spaced, by pressing the number 8 for 8 more rails, including the copy, and the slash plus enter. I'm going to leave this one here. We're going to take care of it later. And next I'm going to use the select tool and double click one of my components to edit it. Now using the line tool, I'm going to connect my railings. And then using the select tool, and this is the same thing that we did to the railings going up the stairs. I'm going to use the select tool, and I'm going to select the railing going horizontally, hold down shift, and then select the railing going vertically. So this selects everything. Then I'm going to go to tools in the navigation bar, click follow me, and then click on the polygon that I previously created. And that will give us our rail. So what we want to do is delete this rail in the middle here. So to do so, I'm going to use my selection tool, select that component, and press delete. If we delete this one, it's going to delete the rail over here, which we don't want. I'm going to press Ctrl Z. So to fix that problem, I'm going to select the component, right click, and then select explode. So when I do that, it releases the entire group, and now we can individually move each part of that. So let's orbit around, and using the push pull tool, I'm going to select this face and then just push that back. So we see our line, and that was the original line that we drew. So I'm going to use the eraser tool and then just erase that line. So what we can do next is double click on our component, And using the paint bucket, just give it a color as well. And making sure that you do all sides. Okay. And next what we're going to do is we're going to add furniture to our bedroom. So to do that, we're going to open our components panel, and we can find that. And so this component that we exploded before, we released from the group, so you'll just have to color that in separately. So to add furniture, we're going to go to Window and then Components. And we can type in anything that we want. So I'm going to type in bed and press enter. So it's going to search through the database and pull up all the beds in the system. So after searching through a few beds, I found the one that I want. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to orbit down and then select the bed. We're going to download it from the 3D warehouse. It's going to load directly into our SketchUp model, yes. And you can find things searching through the components such as rugs, lamps, the pool table, the ping pong tables, picture frames, all sorts of different things you can add to your model. Some of them will be out of scale, so we would just have to use different tools as well as rotating. So let's just try to get this in a good position. And then we're probably going to have to just move it along on the other axis. So I'm going to rotate, and then using my move tool, just move that along. Close that off, and what I want to do is rotate my model so it's against the back of the wall. So to do so, I'm going to click on my rotate tool, and when you click on it, it's going to change a bunch of different colors from green to blue to red, as it does here. So what we want to find is the blue axis. That's what we're moving this bed on. So think about it like a hinge to a door. So the first click that we're going to click on, I'm going to just zoom in, that first click that we're going to click on, that's going to be the connecting to the door, and the other 3 points are going to rotate on that axis. So what I'm going to do is hold down the shift key, and this is very important so it doesn't disorient you. So hovering over, seeing the blue protractor on the face, you're going to hold down the shift key and then click. And still holding down the shift key, what this allows you to do is if you release your mouse now, it's going to stay on that blue axis. So it's not going to change to the green or the red axis. So the second click that you should do would be on an angle. So it would be the angle that you're going to rotate it on. So either this side or this side. I'm going to click this side because it's a little bit easier to select. So I'm going to click on that, release the shift key, and now I can rotate my model along that scale. So just going to place it as straight as I can, and then using the move tool, I'm going to move it back near the wall, just like that. So using the orbit tool, just going to orbit around to make sure my bed is close to the wall, not too far away, but definitely not outside of my house. And just move it back a little, just to conserve space. So have fun with it. You can add tons of different things, lamps, sofas, games. Again, you may get them out of scale, so using this tool up here, the scale tool, will be helpful. So one of the examples was this lamp right here. So what I'm going to do is select this lamp, click on my scale tool. It's going to open up a bunch of green anchors. The anchor that you want to scale your items to is the corner anchors. So I'm going to click my scale, and then this corner right here, just drag it down. So one other very important thing, in order to work on the second, the bottom floor and the top floor properly, a good trick is go to View, go to Face Style, and turn on your X-ray. So what that does, it allows you to see through your objects. So say you're zoomed in, and between the first and the second floor, it's not going to confuse you or disorient you too much. But in order to edit, you will need to deselect it to work properly with the component.